This is Channel 3 TV News with Naomi Marias, Taylor Pegg, and Katanesis Featherman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Naomi Marias, and I will be delivering your news today. The weather today is 60 degrees windy with a slight chance of rain. Hopefully, it will be warming up later this week. We are here today in New York, live on Channel 3 TV News. We have a very special story this evening on the invasion of Afghanistan by Russia, and also the Olympic boycott of 1980. I will be handing over the story to my fellow newscaster, Katanesis Featherman. I hope all of you folks enjoy our story today and learn some very interesting news about the Cold War. Stay tuned for even more special war stories throughout this week.
Thanks, Naomi. Well, today we're going to start with a very important topic. 1979, Christmas Day, the Soviets had invaded Afghanistan. Paratroopers landed in Kabul at around 8 a.m. This decision caused Jimmy Carter to issue an ultimatum. On January 20th, 1980, this ultimatum stated that if the Soviet troops did not withdraw from Afghanistan within 1 month, the U.S. would boycott the Moscow Olympics. However, they didn't leave until around 1989. Back to you, Naomi.
Christmas 1979. Russian paratroopers landed in Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. The country of Afghanistan was already in a civil war. The Russians claimed they did not invade the country and were only invited by the government to fight the guerrilla force called the Mujahideen, which the Russians referred to as terrorists. The Mujahideen proved to be a strong opponent against the Russians and were well equipped. Maintaining such a force in Afghanistan was crippling to the Soviet Union's already weak economy. President Carter wrote, "We now have the chance of giving the USSR their own Vietnam War." The United States decided they would not send troops to Afghanistan, but did aid them with weapons they needed, and supported the nation throughout the war with Russia.
Thank you, Naomi. There were many different things that were involved in the Olympic boycott and the invasion of Afghanistan. In 1979, the Olympic boycott and the invasion of Afghanistan was led by Soviet Union troops. The Soviet war in Afghanistan was a 9-year proxy war during the Cold War involving the Soviet Union. The Soviet Union were supporters of the foreign Arab Afghan volunteers. Unofficial military supporters were the United States, Saudi Arabia, the United Kingdom, Pakistan, Israel, Indonesia, and China. I'm going to move my story onto Taylor Pegg. Taylor, take it away.
Thanks, Kat. The Soviet invasion had a huge long-term effect on the world. It was a part of a long period of change for Afghanistan. Not only Afghanistan, but the whole Middle East as a whole. The Soviet Union shaped the foreign policies of Afghanistan. The end result of the Soviet invasion allowed the extremist group, the Taliban, to consolidate weaker groups and take power in 1994. This reform primed Afghanistan for revolution and civil war. Afghanistan tried to stay independent, but they also tried to ally themselves with world powers to give economic, political, and military benefits. The balancing act resulted in the rise and fall of many political groups. Afterward, the Civil War resolved domestic disputes for all control.
The United States has decided we as a country are not going to the Olympic Games in Moscow, Russia. This was the first and only time in history we Americans have boycotted the Olympic Games. President Jimmy Carter made this decision due to all the tension between the Soviet Union and the United States of America. Mr. Carter delivered the upsetting news to about 150 athletes and coaches. Many were disappointed, and one even stated that, as citizens, it is an easy decision to make. Support the president. As athletes, it's a difficult decision. Many athletes reluctantly agreed with President Carter. The decision to boycott the Olympics pretty much had no impact on the Soviet Union and their invasion of Afghanistan. The Soviets did not withdraw from Afghanistan until about a whole decade later.
Okay, so the Olympic boycotts involved 14 countries and 14 allies. They were led by the Soviet Union, who initiated the boycott on May 8, 1984. There were many different reasons why so many countries boycotted the Games. For example, Hungary said, "The lives of our athletes will be put in danger if we send them to Los Angeles to play the Games." Cuba had a different take on them. In a report, they said it was a serious blow to boxing and baseball. All sides reacted equally and did not cause much trouble. I'm going to be moving my story again.
Thanks, Kat. As we conclude this segment, let's look back. The Soviets had made a huge decision that changed the world. New economic, political, and military changes have come about. This has affected the world in so many ways. As of tonight, that is the end of this newscast. Thanks, Channel 3 News, and have a good evening.
This has been a newscast from 3TV News. We're signing off now. Have a good day.